This is the store page that we created in the AI Wellness Universe in high level, of course.
I don't see anything. Am I supposed to be seeing something?
Okay, let me see. It should be, oh, okay. It should be sharing. Share your screen. Easy AI. Now you might see it, right? Can you see it?
Oh yeah,
There
it's
it is.
really small, so we have to
Yeah.
make it as big as
Make
we
it
can get it.
bigger. Yeah, make it bigger. I can share it as a big
Oh, I can
page.
make it bigger.
Yeah, you can make it bigger. That's better because
Perfect.
then you can adjust it as you like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is perfect.
But you see, it's just a simple header with a call to action and categories, shop about, and call a card
Oh,
picking. For high level
definitely.
has everything in it, and it's categorized, right? Business in a box, mentoring,
Oh, this is
membership.
great.
And of course, you can argue that maybe the pictures are not perfect. I created them literally together with
They're
Gary. I think it
fine.
took us 5 minutes to create all of them in our
That's
system.
amazing.
And
Thank God for AI, right?
it has advantages. Like, for example, if you want to buy something here, you just click on
Hmm.
it and it opens a checkout page, right? And you
Oh,
can,
wow.
for example, you can purchase that and you can buy mentoring services one-on-one and you can add that to the cart and then
Oh
check
my
out
God.
and pay for it. And here's a description. And we set that up. It didn't take us forever. We have Go High Level now. Gary, how long do we have? Go
to understand all of the different products of the different companies I've gotten to know. There's a few really good ones I really like, that I would tell anybody to. In
Yeah.
fact, there's while I was in New Jersey at my son's, my daughter-in-law burned her finger, and I was so wishing I had the one product I use for burns, and it's made from the muscadine grape, believe it or not. And they made they made this because the seeds and skins they use. But this spray, I swear by it. Any burn I've ever had, it soothes it, and you don't get any bubbles. I mean, it's really amazing how it works.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah, and
nice,
I
especially if you don't have access to running cold water, which is, of course, standard
well
treatment
that
for burns.
yeah, well, she was doing that too, but
Mm.
it was
Painful.
yeah, it
Painful,
was
very painful.
Yeah.
yeah. So, and like I said, I've been using it for rashes. I use it for everything, and it's such a when I've been using it since what 2014, I think, when it first came out, and I said I can't not have that in my house, so I have to send them a couple bottles because I said I
Okay.
better make sure they get this. You know?
Now, Peggy, let me
Okay.
ask you, isn't he cute?
Mm,
Evan, right?
my little
Is it
grandson.
right? Evan?
A
Evan, yeah.
Evan.
baby! Oh
Is he
my
cute?
God! Look at him!
He's
How old
like
Grandpa,
is he?
10 weeks
adorable.
old, maybe.
10
Oh, it's
weeks?
baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
look
not
at that
even
head
stable
bobbing
head.
around.
Yeah.
You don't want to
Uh,
look today.
that's okay. He
Oh
says,
oh
what's
my
that? That looks like Peggy's skull.
oh my
Peggy,
gosh!
when did
He
This
you
wanted to
is
say
last
hi.
share this program on your blog or social media? Or that spray that you love? When did you
oh
share
yes,
that?
yes,
Beautiful.
Do you share
yeah.
it?
You know what? And this is the thing. I haven't because I've been again all over the place.
Yeah.
But I really need to because it's such a good product and it's
Um,
so helpful.
how about you just simply go on your phone, record a video about it,
Mm-hmm.
write a little text about it, put it on your social media, share it with us. We'll put it in the next newsletter next Wednesday about a content
And
piece with a link to your
yeah,
system.
well, see, the thing is, they are no longer. See, that company was taken over by
Mhm.
Longevity, and then it rebranded itself. So now they're not even an MLM. So I
Okay.
can just recommend it
Yeah.
just because I think it's good. But there's no affiliate or anything. But
Okay.
I still believe in it. You
Where do
know,
you
I mean,
buy it? Is it on Amazon or something?
no, I have the link to the company
Okay.
that does sell it
Okay.
because they rebranded. It's now Mighty Muscadine. But I'll
Okay.
tell you, I really swear by it. I really do.
Yeah,
And
because
they're
that is
under.
really valuable for others. And I wouldn't mind writing a blog post about the best treatment for burns. And number one, of course, immediately running cold water as long as it hurts, as long as you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
And once the water is over and you have to, it still burns often, right?
Mm.
And
Well,
it's,
you know, it is, yeah. And this one, it doesn't. It really
mm,
helps.
yeah,
But the best part is that it helps reduce the blisters so you don't get the
yeah.
blisters.
And
So it's pretty good.
cold water does the same, but it's much harder to apply. My son put
Yeah, it
boiling
is.
soup over his face when he was
Oh,
3 years old. And my ex-husband, that happened in Germany, was had very much a good mind and put him straight away in the bathtub and started the cold water. And you could see it was blistering. Start
yeah,
would
yeah.
have because it was boiling water. He just had prepared soup.
Mm.
And so we put him in and put running cold water over the baby. And of course, he cried like crazy.
Oh,
And
sure.
uh, that was it. And then I came to because, of course, I heard him scream. And then we put warm water on the bottom and kept the cold water from top. We did that literally for
Wow.
2 hours.
Wow.
And
Two
after
hours.
2 hours, he didn't scream no more. He enjoyed it. And you could hardly see anything. And we
That's
gave him
amazing.
a piece of frozen butter to cool it while he was,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I
that's
had
a
them
good.
put spray after that. because it would
Wow.
have made it easier. We actually took him to an eye doctor because the eye was maybe affected to rule out. The
Oh
eye
my
doctor didn't
gosh.
believe us that that boy put boiling water over it because no blisters, hardly any redness.
I mean, yeah, that's a great story.
And it is
And
the
a
cold
similar,
water
yeah,
is number one, running cold water. People should
and
know that.
that's,
Don't stop after 5 seconds. Keep it up until it's
well, you have to keep it up. Yeah. The interesting thing, your story is comparable to, we have an Amish woman
Mhm.
who used to be in the same company, right? And she also was preparing food for a very big group in the Amish. You know, they do that. And same thing happened to her. It came right into her face
Yeah.
and her hands, and she used the spray. So
Yeah.
the benefits were similar. She
Yeah.
said, I kept spray, and she had pictures as
Oh.
it went. I mean, she was, what a beautiful face, too. You're thinking, oh my God. But in her hands, and she just kept spraying the stuff and spraying the
Mhm.
stuff. And not a mark,
That's
not a
important
mark.
to share. Anybody should have that spray in their possession
They
and
should.
know about the effects of cold water and long term.
Yeah.
And if you can't have cold water right away, the spray is just as good then. That's great.
Yeah, like it's great. I keep it in the kitchen and it's always there,
Yeah.
just in the events. And bee stings, great on a bee sting, great on on rashes, scrapes. It's just a natural remedy. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'll check if they have an affiliate program. More likely than not, they do.
I wish they did because I definitely, I know they got out of the MLM.
Mm.
I'm looking at it now.
Just share it with us and we'll promote it for you. But
Yeah.
if there's any money coming in, you'll get your share,
Yeah,
either in
yeah, yeah.
product or in money, in rebates or whatever. We are
Oh,
very
guess
reasonable
what?
because.
They now do.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna get an affiliate link like as
Sure,
soon as I can
absolutely. Send us your
and
link
send
and a
it to you.
video, and
Oh
we'll
my
promote you.
gosh. I am so
Yeah.
surprised because I know when we got bought out, they said this is not an MLM and you're just gonna have to buy from the company. I'm thinking, I would
Hmm.
like the affiliate link for my own use.
Yes, but affiliate and MLM is not the
Oh,
same.
I
Do you
know
know the
it's not, but I
difference?
still would like it. Yeah.
Of course.
No, that's great.
Actually,
I'm
Gary and
glad.
I, we do a lot of affiliate marketing. I've done it for years. I actually have a website, the Supplements for Mental Health. This is exclusively an affiliate
Wow.
marketing
Yeah,
site.
yeah, yeah.
And yes, I don't promote it. It doesn't make much money, but here's $5 here, $10 here, for doing
Absolutely.
nothing but writing that once, which I love
I'm
doing
so
anyway,
glad
sharing
you
products that I believe in.
you encouraged me to check it out
Yeah.
because I was like, I
Mm,
always said because I do get my stuff from them. They also
yes.
have the other thing, and the reason I was with them, I loved their product, and they were in
Hmm.
North Carolina. We used to go to the vineyards where it's done and where it's processed, and it was only an hour and a half away from here. And I used to go there a weekend a month, and it was wonderful. It was just great. But now I'm excited because that was one of my favorite things ever. And they also have the supplements, which I still use, because they're one of the highest, the highest amount of antioxidants you can get from a natural fruit. So it's good. It's all good.
I'm excited to review it with you
Yeah,
and share your link with our audience
I would
because
love that.
anything, yeah, absolutely. I'd be so happy to do that, Peggy.
Thank
And
you.
Gary and I actually talked about whether we should do a separate course about teaching affiliate marketing as a way to
Oh,
recurring
that's a good
revenue.
idea. You know what?
Gary, put that on your list.
The weird,
Yeah, it's on the list. Yeah, I mean,
no,
it's a great
I
way
think that's
to
Yeah,
amazing.
generate
Yeah.
passive income.
Because
yeah,
I would prefer to do affiliates rather than the MLMs anyway. I did
yeah.
that stuff for so long,
Mhm.
but this is exciting. And if I find some of the other
Yeah.
things that I've dabbled with, I know there's still MLMs, so that's the way, but I still have links. I still have memberships to a lot of places. I buy their
Yeah,
product.
MLMs that provide a product that you need anyway is
It
great.
is. It is. It really is.
But and there's nothing wrong with it. The disadvantage is, of course, a negative image, and the disadvantage is that people actually have to buy the product whether they need it or
Yep,
not.
that's
And I
true.
had my own supplement regimen.
I
That's
know,
why I
and
went
that's
out
where I lost
of
a lot of
of
money.
that. I still
Yeah.
do affiliate marketing. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
great alternative
yes. It's
together with coaching, of course, right?
yes. It's exciting.
Coaching is, yeah, it's exciting, and that gives you also recurrent revenue, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's real good.
It takes long. That is a disadvantage. I was a member on an affiliate site that trains affiliate for a while,
Wow.
and it says 6 to 12 months before you have enough income to actually make a difference. And it's true. When you write 2 to 3 blogs a week, it takes you 6 to 12 months before you make significant
3
income.
blocks a week. Yeah. Wow. That is. Phew. But
I,
fortunately, if we put our ideas in AI, it can be so quick, so easy, and so doable.
and I just reviewed actually a video with Neil Patel about content marketing. I love Neil Patel, the Pope of SEO. And it was excellent because he said it still works, but the best way to produce it efficiently is first write the blog with AI about a topic that you're passionate in and in a keyword that you researched. And I have this Uber Suggest, of course, a great system. I highly recommend it. It's not that expensive. He sells it once a year, I think, lifetime for about $300. It's worth every penny.
Wow.
So you pick the keywords and you put it in the system with your website, and the system writes a great blog, well
What is
structured
that
with
called
everything.
again? Can you put it in the chat?
Sure. Let me see. I don't think I have actually an affiliate link for that one, but I'll still be happy to
Yeah,
send it to
I'm
you.
curious because I know that
Oh, yeah.
Mikey will look at it. But yeah, I mean, we're
That's
Mikey's done.
Neil
Oh, oh,
Patel's.
okay. Uber suggests. Oh, wow, that's cool. I wonder if he already knows about this. He knows a lot of things. So
He might.
he
Yeah.
probably
The
does.
question is, does he use it properly? Because you
I
can
really
use it.
don't know. I don't know if he even uses it. I know a lot of the programs that we are using, but that sounds very interesting.
This is one of the best system. And what I like about Neil Patel, he does free training webinars all the time, and they give you a lot of value.
Oh, wow.
And the system is excellent. And I've been using it for my Doc Christine website pretty much after I learned from that in about 2020. And within 3 or 4 years, the website went from zero to a domain authority of 29, which is very high for a coaching website.
Wow.
I still use this free browser extension. When I look at other people's website, it tells me how many backlinks and all the things that are amiss. It's a great, great
That's
browser extension. It's part of Uber Suggest.
that's awesome. I'm glad you mentioned it. And affiliate link,
Mm,
affiliate marketing, I would be very open to. I just, as long as it wasn't,
yeah,
where I can just recommend something and go from there. That I would do because I do like to recommend things.
I think, yeah. And I think many coaches like us, we don't really want to go out and
No.
sell. And it is hard. And I actually was so mad to not make money that I went door to door to learn
Wow.
sales. And it was
Wow.
hard. Yeah,
Mhm.
I sold internet services door
That
to
is,
door
yeah, that's wild. Wow.
because I was so mad at myself for not being able to do it in my business.
It's very frustrating.
And after 3 months, I was pretty good. So I switched to a company that sold more consultatively with a sit-down appointment. You may know it, Leaf Filter, great product for gutter covers, and it was great. I got great commissions,
Oh, that's
commission
great.
only. So I said, okay, so now I can actually sell something that I'm passionate about in a consultatively way. And so when I met Gary, of course, it all came out because he hates pushy salespeople just as much,
Me
although he
too.
was in sales and marketing. I've been a pushy salesperson in Bell because I had to,
Yeah.
the internet. I mean, it was still impressive how much money I still made.
Boy,
It still
that's great to
works.
hear.
People, you just have to be, what do they say? Uh, rejection proof, like the book. I love that
Rejection
book.
proof. Wow.
Right.
I
Yes.
think over my years of doing that, I've gotten pretty good with that because it's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
next. Just
Next.
Next,
Right.
that is
Next.
the secret word.
yes, because
Next.
I mean, I know myself. Um, there's a lot of things I say no to, and I think about how I would feel if somebody was offended. It's like, if I don't want something, I don't want something. Or if I can't have something. A lot of times people do have limitations to their, financial limitations, and it's not personal. It's like if you just put the other
Of
hat
course
on,
not.
it's it's okay. Not yet.
Yeah, exactly. And
Not
of
yet.
course,
Right. Yeah.
there's people
The
that
timing's not
say,
right.
yeah, exactly, that people say a good salesperson can sell ice to an
Yes,
Eskimo, which is so wrong.
I
It's
know, I
wrong.
know.
It's why would you ever sell somebody something he has no use for?
I don't know. I couldn't understand that either, but
And it is wrong. And all the good sales training program say never sell anything to any person that has no need for it.
I agree with that.
Just because you can doesn't
Right,
mean you
right.
should.
And
Right.
Yeah,
when I go through different things online, I'm very mindful of the marketing techniques people use and how they promote and how they lure you in, you
hmm
know? And I said,
Hmm.
I want to get better at um my marketing skills. I'm a little bit of a shy person when it comes to I can't sell. That feeling, you know. And I don't even know why, because if people say no, if they say no, it's fine.
You know why? I can explain that as a brain health expert because I looked it up. I said, why is rejection so terrible a feeling? Because it is a separate region in the brain. And as people, we were evolutionary as group animals, right? So when we get exiled from the group, like in ancient Greece, it was worse than the death
Oh
penalty.
my
So right
gosh.
now, rejection creates a feeling, they've proven that with brain scans, that is similar to
Oh my
physical pain.
gosh.
It's painful.
That's great. I mean, that's great.
That's why people try to avoid the question, do you want to have it, when they may be getting a no, which is more likely than not, as you
And you
know.
would That's
And
interesting.
that is exactly the point.
Because I notice, in my own self, um, I thought about this
hmm
over the week while I was gone because something happened
hmm
that was I was I was bruised emotionally, and it wasn't even
hmm
intentional. And I started thinking, like, why am I taking this so seriously? But I was really
hmm
offended, and I felt like I was rejected. I did, and I wasn't at all. So I'm glad you're explaining that
Yeah.
because this was a whole different situation. It had nothing to do with things or anything, but it was a
No, no, it's okay. Absolutely makes sense. And I can actually send you a blog that I wrote a while ago about why pain is so valuable.
yeah. Wow. I would love to see it.
Mental, not just physical, but also
Yeah, I would
mentally.
love to read
The
it.
meaning of
Yeah, for
pain.
sure.
I'll send it to you right now. Why we need pain to live and thrive. And I, I put it on Monk's painting. Edward Monk, The
Yeah.
Scream. This is an embodiment of pain.
Wow. Wow.
And if you take pain away, for example, with long-term psychiatric drugs, why would anybody change what they're doing if they have no pain?
That's true. Oh my God, the image is really
There's
amazing.
and Peggy, as a nurse, Peggy, you know that children that are born without a sensation of physical
No,
pain, they don't live long. They bite
yeah,
their tongue
yeah,
up, they break their bones, they die very young.
yeah.
It's the
Oh,
same
but
with mental
I
pain.
believe it.
We need to get
Yes,
resilient.
I understand that for sure. But it's like I said, when you start being more mindful about your own reactions and your own,
Hmm.
like, what was that about, and I figured out what it was about. It was pretty
Yeah,
interesting. But you look at where did it come from, and I know for me it's childhood
yeah,
stuff like most, and you say, huh,
of course.
that's interesting, and allow yourself to feel it and then let it go. But it was interesting. I was like, wow, I really was feeling a little bad about that. And then the next day once I realized what I was thinking or feeling, there was a lot of sense made out of it. It's interesting.
Yeah. And I love the way you say that, Peggy, because you're very mindful of yourself. And I think that's one of the goals in life to know it. It does not, to avoid
Oh
those
no.
feelings is not helpful, but to realize them, to feel them, and then to
Exactly.
decide what to do with
Exactly.
them.
I think that's critical in everyone's life. And I
Mm.
think about my grandkids. I have my granddaughter, and it had to do with my granddaughter. She has depression, and there was some concern about her.
Peggy, there is no such thing as a
Yeah.
person having depression. She experiencing feelings
Yes,
that are
yes. And
labeled
that's a
as
better way to
depression.
say it. I thank you. And she's being treated for it. But
How old is
she'll be
she? How old
15
is she?
very soon.
What is the
I
treatment
think
she's
they put
getting?
her on fluoxetine. And I
What a
do worry
shame.
about that.
Does she
Yes,
get
yes. And
therapy of any kind?
that's more important.
Good.
Uh, and she was always
Yes.
very, very emotional, even from birth. I mean, everything was
Mm.
dramatic, everything was overdone, and oh my God, the end of the world all the time. I mean, she was a screamer. And, I often look at this and I'm like, I can't, I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist, I can't figure it out, but she's also very loving, but she acts very immature, very immature. Sometimes she talks like a baby, like I'm like, you know, I'll have to like, I'm like, I was very aware of everything this time that she was here. Um, Smart as a whip. I mean, man, she gets great. She's very, very conscientious of her education. Um, and she's does all her homework. She's proud of her work and her studies. But I don't know. I can't figure her out. But that's not my job. But she's very
Well, the sad thing is the psychiatrists really don't care. I mean, I was depressed when I was 14. I
mm,
wanted to commit suicide at 14. And fortunately, I would say for myself, nobody took me to a doctor,
mm-hmm.
psychiatrist, and I didn't tell anybody. And instead, I started
Oh,
to
it's the best
journal.
thing you can do.
And I read and I spent time in solitude and in nature. I didn't heal myself right then and there, but I made it so that, and of course, I was still good in school. That came easy to me
Mm-hmm.
just for your granddaughter. So that's why I say to give those medications before everything else has been done is a shame. It's a disservice to people, especially young people, because of these severe side effects and the
Well, that's the
dependency.
dependency is what scares me.
And
Yeah.
you've seen the black box warning, right? Suicide, homicide gets triggered when you start or
Wow.
change the
Wow.
dosage. It's, it's outright dangerous. Long term damages your brain. I
Is
still
that
have brain
right?
damage from the use.
In what way do you think the
I know
damage
that
is.
because the damage is it creates when you take the medication, it impairs, and that's proven by brain scans, it impairs the
Wow.
prefrontal cortex, the development. That means focus, judgment, and
Oh,
ability to
wow.
foresee things. It makes people ADHD. I would qualify as ADHD, because as a child I wasn't. That is after the medication. I withdrew from it with the help of the books by Peter
Wow.
Breggin, and I still revere him a lot. And the thing is, I think young people need values and to see a future and have a goal
Oh, I
more
agree
than
with you.
medication.
And I will add, and I'm glad you mentioned that because she does have goals. She does have a tremendous support at home. Her parents are like, oh my God, so attentive.
Yeah,
They
excellent.
really, I mean, they
You
show
know,
her support, love, non-judgmental. Um, and uh,
what about discipline?
well, see, I
Children
think,
need
well, no, they're
discipline.
pretty disciplined. I mean, they'll try to discipline, but she
Good.
was a screamer, so it's one of those things. But no, they're pretty good with discipline. All of
My
them have.
son was a
They know
screamer.
right from wrong. They know. I mean, they're
Yeah,
amazing.
good. Good. She'll do fine. The issue with the medication is that if it long term, it stunts emotional
Wow,
growth and brain
wow.
development. And it changes the chemistry of the brain, the receptor density, so that when, especially long term use, Dr. Amen actually did studies and compared lifestyle changes, including exercise, nutrition, and thought therapy, right? And with medication. Now, after 6 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
they were both equal. After 6 months, people that only got lifestyle changes were superior.
Wow.
So, if at all it's possible for them, I would recommend a consultation with the
Yeah,
Amen clinics, the closest one.
yeah. I can hear you on that. But like, so what you're saying, and I want to understand this. What,
And I'm not saying
oh
the
no, no, no,
Effexor is
no.
absolutely bad for her. Maybe
For a little
exactly
bit,
what she
yeah.
needs for a
But
little
what
bit.
about? I have a sister who's been on it for a very long time. And I'm wondering
Mm.
what happens. In fact, she's been on it for quite a long time. She had some really rough
Mhm.
times. And like, so if she wanted to get
Mhm.
off, would that damage, you're saying the damage is still there?
You can get off, but you have to make a
Oh, no,
plan. You
no.
can't just stop it. It makes things worse. I was on a triple whammy of psychiatric medication for close to 15 years. An antidepressant that, because it didn't have an effect, sertraline Zoloft, it was augmented with an
Amplify,
antipsychotic,
yeah, yeah.
Abilify, what a miserable name. Bad medication. The name is not correct. And then eventually, because I couldn't sleep and felt nervous and anxious, I got clonazepam
Wow.
to on
Yeah.
top of it. So I took that for about
You were trying to
15
survive.
years.
You know?
Well, yeah, but I
Right,
didn't get
right. I
what I really
understand,
needed,
yeah.
which was love and care. And nobody told me until I actually reached out to the Amen Clinic and one of their psychiatrists that I said, I'm on all this medication. My psychiatrist says, no, you can't take it. You'll end up in the hospital, maybe killing yourself. He said, shouldn't that be your decision? That was a
Wow.
trigger for me to change my mind. And I said, he's right. He's right. It suddenly dawned on me. It should be my life. I'm not living for to please the psychiatrist. I was a people pleaser, typical people pleaser.
That's
Yeah.
me.
So I wanted to
Oh,
please my
wow.
psychiatrist, be a good patient, right? Stay in his care. And what do the psychiatrists want? They want to continue your care. They
That's
don't want to
probably
see you
very true.
healthy.
I can agree with that. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether
Say
they're a
truth is,
psychiatrist,
yeah.
a primary care. That is the truth. That
Peggy, and what made me really, yeah,
Business.
what made me really cynical is after I reached out for him after I was 2 or 3 years without medication and feeling great, I decided to reconnect with him and let him know what I was doing. And that was during
wow.
COVID. So we met on Zoom. And I told him that I'm feeling great without medication. And he said, "Oh, be careful. I don't want to go
Oh
back to
my
the hospital." I
goodness.
said, "I won't." And that's all he basically said. And he did not ask, "What did you do to get well?"
No
That was
kidding.
none of his
Wow.
concern, not a word about it. The best I got out of him was, "I'm happy that you're doing well, but be careful."
Wow. Wow. That's interesting.
And
I,
that made me really cynical
well,
about the state of
it's interesting
psychiatry.
because, just looking at natural health and natural healing,
Hmm.
I actually stopped going to my primary several years ago because we were going over what am I taking. Now I knew darn well she didn't know anything about any of the supplements, but I started naming a couple of them that were basic, and she goes, "Oh, supplements can kill you." I just wanted
Hmm.
because I'm thinking, oh, and drugs don't.
Wow.
Like, oh my God. And she was very lovely.
Right.
I
And I
hear you.
went,
I've heard that a
I
lot.
didn't say much, but I knew I would never see her again. And I said, thank you very much. And I never saw her again.
Yeah,
I refused to put my
yeah.
health in her care if that's what she really believes.
Peggy, you're fortunate that you have a choice of primary health
Oh
provider
my
in the States.
gosh.
We don't in Canada. We are fortunate if you have
Yeah.
any family doctor. So most Canadians are on their own when it comes to health. Some are better. We now finally were able to switch to a really
Gosh.
nice one. Of course, he still says, "When do you want to have the COVID vaccine?" And we said, "No, we don't want them." "Oh, really?" He said. Well, he has to push it, right? It's government pushing it. I know. I know how hard it is in these
Oh,
circumstances to be a
I
physician.
do have empathy for them at this point because it is a tough world
Mm,
today. Very tough world.
yeah, very tough. And for young people too, it is very
Mm.
tough. All those conflicting messages. How do you know what's true? Your granddaughter is
Oh,
fortunate
they're
that she has good
so
parents, good
attentive,
grandparents.
and they don't like yell. They're just they sit and they discuss. They've always been able to do that with their children. And they can
Yeah,
discipline certainly,
awesome.
but they also
Mhm.
always sit down. And my son is basically the one that um he's just a master at it. I mean, he's a master. He'll say, you know what, let's talk about
Awesome.
what's going on here after, the emotional stuff. And he'll get to the root of it. And it's amazing watching him. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's
Something we
I
wish to have
wish,
had in our
yeah,
parents,
yeah.
right?
But yeah.
But then in the end, there's a really good parenting course that I found that Dr. Amen
Oh
also
wow.
promotes. It's Parenting with Love and Logic. If I had had that when I had been a parent, I would have done so much
It
better with
is. We
my
all
kids.
did
But
our
it is what it is, right? And
yeah.
it's a
Well,
hard job to
I
be
was
a
a single
parent.
mom for a
Very
long
hard
time.
job.
And of my three little babies, and
Mm-hmm. You had a hard time.
that yeah, those were tough years, but I always felt they were what kept me going, and I was
Yeah,
always grateful, and that was how I lived, with gratitude for these
yeah,
kids, because it would
yeah.
have been so
Wow.
difficult if I
You're
didn't have
amazing.
that
You're
perspective.
amazing.
And they're little bundles, they were cute, but they all grew up to
Mm,
be successful, just amazing human beings, good people, giving people,
good.
people of service.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of them, and they've done a good job, and I thank them for who I am today.
Yeah,
Yes,
our
yes, and
children
it's
shape
amazing.
us
You know,
as
when
we
I look,
shape them. I
like
agree.
today, we had somebody come in, and that's why I was worried about missing this calls. My daughter works for a company. She actually manages this whole company, and it's called the Bath Shop, and they do high-end bath and kitchens, and we wanted to just get it from tub to shower.
Oh yeah.
And the project manager
Hmm.
came in early, and I was like, "Yay, he's here! I can get on the call." But um, it's so nice to hear about your children from other people that work for her. Like he just had. He says, "Yeah, I had left that company. Things weren't going well. I came back because of my daughter's Jennifer. I came back to the company because of her, because she straightened everything out." And I was like, wow, like, you know, we don't
Maybe you
take
did
any,
something right.
yeah, small but mighty, because I am tiny, as is she. We're just 5 feet.
Yeah.
That's it. We're just little tiny people.
I don't see that. For me, you fill the whole frame of the picture with a bright
That's right.
smile
That's
and
right.
sparkle
And
in
that's
the
how she
eyes.
is to
That's
me.
what counts.
She's just an amazing soul. But yeah, it's nice when you
Wow.
can look at your family and have that feeling of gratitude every day, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So what I
Yes, please,
suggest for you and
let's do that.
Mikey to switch topics again is,
Okay,
yeah, please send us your questions, send the feedback videos so we know what you struggle with, where we can improve, what we can do better for you and for the others. We by now we build out all the videos and all the tasks and topics until day 18. Now there will be a good major shift in the program system
wow.
to a version 3.0, which is even better, and
Oh,
that will
that's
be
great.
not live until December, but I'm very excited to see that. It will be a much easier to handle system for us as coaches and for the clients, and let you better track, and they improve
Well, that's what we're
constantly.
here
And I love
for.
people that improve their programs. Yeah, and we do that. Does it. The programs we use, Pablo we use for social media has done it over the years, and a few Big Woo that Gary uses, and I for video. It has
That's
all
great.
improved over
That is
time, and
great.
it's so
Well,
nice to see. And the same with
mm-hmm.
humans, and I sometimes compared with nurturing a plant, right? You have to water it, you have to give it the feed, but you also have to put it
Exactly.
outside when it's ready and let the sun harden it, or it will die when it's exposed. It's the same with children. They need to be hardened at some
It
point
is.
to
It is. But
be able to be
if you love them
adults,
all
right?
the
It's hard.
way, and they always know they're loved. We didn't have money, but we had a lot of
Mm.
love. So isn't that what it's all
Yes.
about?
Money doesn't matter. Love
Love
does.
and logic. I
Yeah.
like.
Love and logic. Can only say I love that program. With Love and Logic. If anybody ever looks for a parenting
That's
program,
great.
it's the best
It's a
ever.
good
And I
thing to
think the course is
recommend.
only $200 or something. It's a steal for what you get.
Wow, that's great.
It's made by
That's
two
great. I love all the
psychologists. It's
resources
excellent
you
program.
recommend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it really is. It's great. Mikey and I both
Hmm.
are very appreciative of the resources that you teach us about, because it really is helpful. You've done the homework.
Okay.
You tested it out. Yay! We trust what you tell us.
Oh yeah. Thank you. What else can we
Right
contribute
now,
that would
I'm
make it
just
even
getting
easier and better for
grounded
you?
again. Um, I have a few things that we have to deal with. We are very close friends, sadly. When we got in on Monday morning, well, we got in Saturday night, Monday morning, we found out she didn't wake up. So we're dealing with wakes and funerals this week, but I'm still being as present as I can with this work, because we have to just focus. I have to focus. But I think Mikey and I, we have to get back to our normal consistency together, because we've been all over. We've been missing each other and stuff. So once we get the consistency, I can kind of see what is it that we do need help with. I don't know at this point, because he's been holding the ship in place.
That's fair enough. Mm.
Mhm.
You know, it's really, really fascinating to see how other people experience it and to improve on it. And Gary and I love that. And we talk every day about how we can make it better and what else we can do to make it easier and faster and quicker and more pungent.
It is
But
a
in the
learning
end, it's a
curve.
learning curve, right, Gary?
It is, and we're
Yeah,
trying to
it
simplify
is
it as
a
much as
learn.
possible. So we'll always
And
be
it,
making updates and tweaks to make things as simple as possible.
yeah.
Especially in the beginning, we want people to
Well,
start
Mikey
making
tries to
progress
teach
right
me
away, so they
something
feel
each
good
time
about it,
we're
right?
together, and I, he knows this stuff so well, and he can go here and there, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm only over here. But he does teach me stuff as often as he can, and he's just very generous with that, and I'm willing to learn.
Super.
Well, thank you so
Awesome.
much for your time
Absolutely
today.
amazing.
Yeah, it's important to have somebody
Yeah.
like that.
And anytime, Peggy, and please
Okay.
use those feedback videos or the side videos. And if you build your system out, I would love to see how it works. Tell Mikey, send us a video,
Yes.
a screen share video of the system that he's building for you, so we can have a look over it. And then maybe
Yeah.
Gary or I have an idea what to improve or what to
No,
fix.
he's always
I
learning.
don't know.
We're
Maybe he
always
knows it all.
learning.
I don't know.
No,
And
nobody's going
I
to claim
can't
to know it
judge
all.
it
That's for
because he's
sure.
the alto. No, no, no. I always wished when I was younger, and I thought
Didn't
when I
we
was a
all?
teenager, I thought I knew it all. Uh, it was, yeah. hmm
I
Right.
think you
Now
know
I
quite a
know
bit, and
nothing,
you're
and
wonderful
maybe
at
I know a
teaching
little
us.
bit,
Thank you.
but
Both, both are amazing. I was going to say both of you
Gary
are,
is
well,
also a
you're both a
wonderful teacher,
gift
and I
in
appreciate him
my eyes. You're a
so,
big
so much.
gift. Yeah. Okay, you take care.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
you
Peggy.
bet.
It was
Bye
great to
bye.
see you.
Take care. See you next week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.